Zachary and Kojak show. Zachary with a shot fake. He gets it up and good. Fuller, he takes care of it. Anderson Zachary to the outside. Zachary. Kojak show. Zachary buries the outside jumper. Shot well missed. The right idea is the Fuller. Kojak show. Kojak rebounds the net. Puts it back in. Give him a second chance, and he'll usually get it. Long rebound. Tip by Highland. Kojak right there to get it. Zachary and Kojak show. Taken away by Zachary. 8-5. One of the things Norm said on the TV tonight in the pregame interview was that he'd never seen Kojak get a shot blocked. Here's Kojak Fuller, number 33. Kojak from three-point range. Picks it up. Fuller got it again. Another three. The wigwam shootout continues. Zachary, Fuller on him. What a delight to watch these two work. Zachary with 30, picking up 3 3-pointers in that second half. It was the Kojak story most of the night offensively. 36 of Anderson's 69 points.
Welcome to the Kojak and Zach show.
We are so excited to be here.
Absolutely, man. Especially to be here with you.
Oh, with you? Are you kidding me? The Kojak Fuller?
Man, complimented by the Randy Zachary. Man, listen, this is awesome, man. I count it a blessing, man, just to be here with you, back doing what we love to do, what we was blessed to be a part of, and that's to be a part of Indiana high school basketball, man.
I feel blessed to be a part of this as well, Kojak, and, you know, to be part of an era that will probably never be repeated back when we played. We talk about this all the time. The talent's still around here.
Absolutely.
It's just the kids aren't covered like we were covered. We were blessed to be covered the way we were. They had our high school games on television.
Wow.
Many on the radio. Of course, the paper. We were in there every day in the paper. So it's time to give back to some of the kids. I want their parents to be proud of them. We need to talk about the kids, highlight them. I'm excited for this basketball season.
Now, that's awesome, man. That is awesome. And you know what that does? That helps bridge the gap. Like you said, there was an era where these kids, this generation, they have no understanding of. And so it's like, man, if we can kind of bridge the gap of what we experienced then and what they've always heard about time and time again, they're probably tired of hearing about it because they can't relate to it. So we can bring that back to their level and say, hey, listen, this is what it was like. And so we're blessed. We want to bless them with that opportunity, man, to be covered, to be acknowledged, just to be known by the community, you know, in itself, man, is going to be huge.
And then also I want to shout out to all the coaches, athletic directors, players, teams. They've been giving us access, going in their locker rooms, interviews. How exciting has that been? Man,
it's been it's just mind-blowing to really see how accepted we have been, you know, from all of the coaches. Man, they've been wonderful, man. They've went above and beyond.
Yes, they have.
You know, taking us into the locker rooms and just sharing history, their stories of how they got into the position of being the head coach and, you know, just different things like that, man. So feel very honored, man, just how they've received us.
And that's part of blending everything together.
Absolutely.
You know, them inviting us in and talking to some of the kids and, you know, telling them a little bit about our stories. And now we're going to show them.
Absolutely. I'm ready, man.
I am too. Let's do it.
Man, hey, you know what? I'm almost like, man, let's get a jersey. Let's throw a, oh, man, I'm just excited. I'm ready to play.
Me too.
My body say no.
So do my knees.
But my mind say, hey, man, listen, they're not ready. That's what my mind's saying. You know, man, they're not ready for this, what we're going to do to them. And my body is saying, listen, sit your butt down because you ain't doing nothing. What you good at is talking. So that's exactly what you do.
You know, going to all these games and practices, I kind of feel the same way. I want to get back out there and play again. Yeah. And then my body reminds me that we can't do that anymore.
Absolutely.
But it was fun while it lasted.
Absolutely. And you said something right there, because that just makes sense. If we feel like that, how does the crowd feel? How does people sitting at home not being able to or not coming to the games? How do they feel if we start highlighting these kids and these teams and the coaches, and we're bringing it right to them? And, man, that's going to excite them to say, man, I need to get to the gym. I want to go see them.
And they need to. They need to get out and follow some of these girls and guys locally around here. There's some great talent.
Absolutely.
We've been to some games this year already, and you know what? They've been fascinating. They've been great ball play. I mean, how cool. How cool to be doing what we're doing.
I'm excited for these little young players. Man,
They're
girls
exciting
and
to watch.
boys.
Absolutely.
So the first one we're going to get into is the Lapel Bulldogs and the Anderson Lady Tribe.
That's right.
Listen, we have some talent out here.
We do. And it's time for people to be able to watch that. You need to get out and watch these kids play, whether it's the guys' teams or the girls' teams. The talent is there. They're excellent. I know it's early in the season. You're going to see some mistakes and stuff like that. But as the season progresses, so will the players.
Absolutely, I agree. And especially if they are a part of ZBA. Listen, if your child is not connected to ZBA, listen, you need to get them connected to ZBA. And do you have any ZBA players?
I have. That's what's great about
Lapel.
Absolutely,
Anderson.
I don't know if I have any on Anderson right now. But, we're going to change that.
Okay.
But it is great. I'll tell you what's great is a lot of people ask me, why aren't you coaching? Why aren't you doing this? Well, it's kind of nice to go into a gym or go to a game and have 3 or 4 girls on each team that come to ZBA that I can cheer for.
Yes.
You know, it's not about going in and cheering for the teams for me anymore. I want to cheer for all the local kids.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can attest to that, because that's how I feel, man. I just want to see talent, good basketball play, man, and just see them go out there and just give it their all. You know,
compete.
Yeah, absolutely, at a high level. I don't care if you're my best friend. I don't care if you're my sister or my brother, family member. When we step on that court, if your jersey says something different than mine.
Right.
Listen to me,
You're
you
in
are
trouble.
the enemy. That's right. I love it.
I do too.
I love it, man. So, listen, it's exciting, man.
I'm excited. This
Absolutely.
is going to be fun. We did our promo shoot at the Wigwam. How awesome was that video? Thank you to Babel Media
yes.
and Jack and Emily. Great job on the editing.
Babel. Yeah, that was, man, I'll tell you, man, that was phenomenal, man. I've been in there one other time. With a special group to me and my wife, man. They did a documentary. It's called A Fuller Life. They did a documentary, and we had a video shoot in the Wigwam. And it was something special, you know. But this right here, being in there with you, it opened up more memories.
Well, we had a lot of battles in there, didn't we?
Man. And I'm talking about battles.
Yeah. For years, not just, a couple years. We played against each other for many years in there.
Yeah.
I just feel blessed to be part of an era, maybe the tail end of an era that may never be repeated again.
Absolutely. You know what? I just always believe, because I just believe God is a God that he's not like a one-hit wonder. You know what I'm saying? Like a one-time experience, man. And I believe that, man, there is an era that is coming up that will super exceed what has been. I believe it's possible. And you know what? And the blessing is that we may be a part of helping that come to pass.
I hope so. Like we said earlier, these kids they're great players. It's time for the public to see them.
Absolutely. Well, I won't say great players. Not yet.
I agree.
We don't want to jump. And I know we're speaking into the future.
Yeah.
But we see great potential.
Absolutely.
And so hopefully they will start to manage their time in the gym, time sacrificing with studies and just personally working on their individual games, their individual crafts, to where we can be saying, hey, man, this is a great player.
And I'm glad you said that about working on their studies, because it's not just about basketball.
Absolutely.
You know, it is about education.
Yes.
And the time that we play is short. It's limited. You know, whether it's 2 years, 4 years, 8 years, whatever it is, that goes by so fast.
It does.
You know? Yeah.
It does. When you're out there playing, you don't think so.
No, you don't. So
You know-
you got to get the education.
Absolutely.
You know, like I said, it's not all about basketball. Life's tough, and I have to thank basketball because it prepared me for life. My ex-coaches, all my former coaches prepared me for life,
Yes.
so I'm very thankful.
Yes. And you know what? And I think that's a huge lesson that we need to take from this is, how do I prepare myself for the next level?
Mm-hmm.
And every coach thus far that we've spoken to has mentioned that it's not just about basketball. It's about preparing them for life, for that next level, leaving where they are and making sure that they are equipped to deal with life on the next terms.
And as we roll out these interviews with these coaches, you're going to see some of the things that Kojak's talking about here, about these you know, the coaches love their kids.
Yes.
And it's about that first, you know. They just care about them. They want them to succeed, not only on the basketball court, but after basketball as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I agree.
That's awesome. And as a parent, you know, that makes them feel more comfortable knowing that they have the coach really cares about their kid.
Yep.
You know, and so to have the family supporting the coach is huge.
Another thing is, a good coach will get on your kid. You know what I mean? That's part of life. You have to let the coach coach.
I don't want somebody that's going to their coaching is going to be dictated based off of what I like and what I don't like as a parent. If I dictate what you like and what and or how you coach my kid, I really don't want you coaching my kid, because life is not going to deal with my kid on my terms.
That's true.
You know? And so I need for somebody to listen. How you prepare my child for life may be different than how I prepare them. Why? Because we may have different life experiences. And so I need a coach that's going to be like, listen, not only will they get on my child when my child needs to be, you know, corrected or encouraged, but I need them to celebrate them as well.
Well, that's true, but there's nothing wrong with a little bit of discipline. You know, that
It's
goes
needed.
a long way. Very needed.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But you're right too. How exciting! This is so exciting.
I'm super excited.
Me too. Let's get into the Anderson Frankton girls game.
Anderson Lapel.
That's what I meant. Let's get into the Anderson
I know
Lapel
what you
game.
meant. Hey, we do make pretty good teammates, don't we?
I agree.
Hey.
We played together a few times,
Yeah, we did.
not just against each other throughout the years.
Absolutely. Well, a lot of people don't know
That's
that.
true. A lot
So-
of people don't know that we were even friends growing up.
Absolutely. Stayed all night. They have no idea.
No idea.
As a matter of fact, there was a gentleman, was a great high school, and we're definitely going to do a coverage on him, Derek Jones. We
Yep.
call him Goo. This guy he would stand on top of the rim. He had bounce, extra bounce. Oh, he was a great leaper, and it was so quick. He's in the air, right? But he even mentioned on Facebook, he said, man, I always thought that y'all did not like each other, that you guys were enemies.
Well, we were on the floor.
That's right.
You know, I love you, Jack, but when we got on that floor, we can be friends after the game.
See, this is why I love this guy. You hear me? The competitiveness is like, man, listen, hey, I love you, but when we on the court, listen, I do not like you. I mean, you
True.
are the greatest enemy ever.
True.
Yeah, and that's that competitiveness. That's that competitiveness that I think that needs to come back alive. That needs to be rebirthed into these young people. It's okay for your best friend to be your enemy while you're on that hardwood.
Yep.
You understand me?
Yeah, you know, I had the mentality whether I was going into a practice or whether I was going into a game, whatever game it was, is I kind of felt sorry for the people that I played against. And it's not because I thought I was really great or anything like that, but it was because I actually put in the preparation for that game or for, you know what I mean?
That's right.
And I knew that they were going to be coming off, had to fight through 8, 9 screens every time down the floor.
Couldn't stand it. Oh, my goodness. That's a different type of conditioning, man.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you have to be really conditioned to run through screens because it takes so much out of you to get around them, to go over top of them, and sometimes you try to go through them.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that takes a different conditioning.
And
there.
also, people that know how to set screens. When I'm running a guy off a screen, the guy that's setting that screen is looking to take that kid's head off. You know what I mean? It's hard to get through those
You're
screens.
right about that.
So,
and you only needed like 0.1 second just to. Oh my goodness, man! You didn't need a lot of room, a lot of freedom. I mean, it was as if, man, listen, if you blinked, that was too much room for you because you was already squared up and letting it go.
well, I got to give credit to Coach Alan Darner for that. You know, being a little guy, as playing basketball as a little guy, it was kind of hard to get my shot off, believe it or not.
Yep.
And especially in college compared to high school. But, you know, just the footwork alone, you know, when you're one pass away, get in a stance. Don't
Yes.
stand up, and you need to be ready for that pass.
Absolutely.
So, like, I tell people at ZBA all the time, and people I talk to, if you're ready for that pass and you're already in a stance, all you have to do when you receive that ball is square up, elevate, and shoot.
Right.
If you're not in a stance, you have to square up, squat,
yes.
jump, release the ball. That's not enough time for, especially a guy like me.
Absolutely.
So the only way to get my shot off was to be ready. You know, you basically cut your shot time in half without rushing your shot.
Correct.
So
Correct. And you know what? And for me, I grew up, the individuals I grew up playing with, you know, listen, they gave me nothing.
mm-hmm.
You hear me? Even though I wanted to play and I was smaller, they gave me nothing.
Which
Do you
made
hear-
you probably who you were.
Right.
Yeah, made you tougher.
Now, see, when my uncles came out to play, my uncles were good. You know, my Uncle Tommy Nunn and Sammy Nunn, listen, they were good. And so when they came out to play, they dominated my older cousins and individuals in the neighborhood. And so I would play with them.
Mm-hmm.
So the other individuals really couldn't do anything with them. So guess who they focused on stealing the ball from, blocking the person's shot? Me.
Yep.
So my mindset was this when I went down to the Geter Center, and that's why I have to really contribute to the older guys that I played against, man, that really grown me. My older brother, Archie, he the one that told me, listen, no, we're going to the center, man. And I tell you, I didn't want to go down there. I wanted to go play on goals that I can dunk on, you know. But to go down there and to be challenged in a way that I was never challenged, I've never seen double team in a pickup game. And I was like, man, what is this? You know? And so when I got to high school, when I got to playing with kids my age, I was looking at them like, oh, you in trouble.
It prepared you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it prepared me to not only deal with it, but to really overcome it, you know, to where it's like, hey, listen, there's no problem with me breaking the press, you know, breaking through a trap. Because I was already groomed to do that in rec ball, you know, with the older guys, and they were more smart, and so they were teaching me to understand the game because I didn't know what that was, and then I was exposed to, okay, this is the game of basketball, and so that really prepared me. So I understand exactly what you're talking about, Zach. I do, man. I do. I do. So listen, a shout out to all of those old schools, OGs that really helped groomed. As a matter of fact, do you remember when Lou Henson, University of Illinois basketball coach, head coach, came down to the Geter Center?
And I also remember Tom Davis from Iowa. You came down in there too. Came to the center.
Sure enough.
Yeah.
Sure enough. To watch us play,
I
man.
remember
Just
that.
pick up ball.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
We were blessed, Kojak.
We were, man.
I'm still blessed. I still feel blessed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? And we need to give a huge shout out to the ones that are behind the scenes. Listen, this is what really makes this right here, what you guys see right here. It makes it possible for the individuals that are behind the cameras, man. Hey, listen, we love y'all. We appreciate you.
Yeah, because without
Absolutely.
you guys, none of this would happen.
Right.
So thank you. You want to get into the game?
Let's get in the game. See what we got.
Anderson Lady Tribe versus the Lapel Lady Bulldogs.
Yes, yes. And Coach Aaron Boyd, this is his first year. This is the opening season, first game with him being the head coach.
And I know Lapel's coming off a great season last year. Made it all the way to the state championship
State
finals,
runner-up.
runner-up.
Yes.
Something to be proud of. I know they were disappointed in losing that finals game, but just a chance to get there and play in that game. What a great experience for these girls.
Absolutely. And they have some of the great returns, too.
They do.
Individuals
we're going to
that
talk about them.
Yes, they experienced that moment, man. And so I think they coming back with a chip on their shoulder.
They should. I mean, you know, they're as talented as they are, they've got, like you said, they got pretty much a lot of the players back. They're buying into Coach Newby's system.
Yes.
And nothing but great things in the future for them.
Absolutely, absolutely. Man, Coach Newby, hey, he was a nice guy. Pretty cool
Man,
guy.
He was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, all these coaches that we've talked to and interviewed and went to practice, they've all been very gracious to us. I want to thank them.
Yes.
Giving us the opportunity to go back and get some behind-the-scenes footage, interviews.
Absolutely, man. Open arms.
Oh, I love that.
Open arms, man. So, listen, coaches, we definitely appreciate you guys and opening up the door for me and Zach to come in, man, and just to be a part of.
I saw your jersey hanging up there, Mr. Basketball, 1993.
Hey, man. Well, listen, man. That's a lot of names connected to that
That's
jersey,
right.
man.
Lanaya Wills,
Yes.
Maddie Pointer, a couple of great guards for the Lapel Bulldogs.
Awesome. And that's a senior. So we have a couple underclassmen
We do.
on that Lapel Bulldogs team. Lady Bulldogs.
Playing in the TP.
In the TP.
Floor donated to Coach Phil Buck, who we both knew really well.
Yeah, not here though. At the TP, was that donated to?
Yeah,
Was that
Coach Phil Buck floor?
Oh, Phil Buck.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking Joe.
Yeah.
You know, but you're right. Yeah, you're right. Coach Phil Buck. That was, man, listen, man, I think that bridges the gap as well.
I do.
What we've
I
been
think
talking
so.
about. Great Madison Heights Pirate coach, Phil Buck. Legendary coach.
Legendary.
Coached some legends, too.
Yes, he did. Some great games back in the Wigwam and the Pirate Palace back in the day.
Yes, yes.
Gabby
absolutely.
Douglas. Nice move there. Just got to finish.
Yes. Oh, nice pass. Back door to Lanaya Wheels.
Nice shot.
Head up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice pass. Nice.
Nice left. I tell you what, I love how these girls look for the open girl. They do it very well.
Absolutely.
They're very unselfish. Great
Absolutely.
shot by Maddie Pointer there.
I tell you what, that Miss Pointer, listen, she's impressive.
She had a great game, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
We'll go over the stats here in a little bit. I
And
think she ended up with 27 that game.
Man,
Lit it up.
it looked like she had 37. It did.
Rainbow right there. I like
Nice
that.
shot.
Look at this move, Jack. Crossovers, hesitation.
Hezzy. From the Phenom sophomore.
And I know that score right there out of the gate is 16-2. You know, Anderson just it looked like it was their first game of the year.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm sure it just took a little time to calm down.
Yeah.
You know, the swing of things.
And just the excitement of playing and knowing that Lapel, they came off of that state runner-up team run, and so Anderson was kind of excited just to play them. Hey,
Absolutely.
listen, let's come on. I'm ready to show you what we got.
But
Lapel didn't back down.
No, they
Lapel
did
was
not.
ready for that challenge as well.
And they played hard the whole game.
Absolutely. I tell you, Miss Pointer, she has a nice drive by Miss Ivy.
Yep. Good
with the
finish.
bounce pass.
Even mishandling it like that.
Yes.
I love how she regained composure and got it up on the glass.
Keep playing.
That's right.
Keep playing. Nice.
I love how she corrected her angle there.
Miss Starks. Jacelyn Starks. That was great. Oh.
Little body there.
Body.
Nice finish.
Yeah.
And that's something Anderson will cover throughout the year once they get a little bit more experience and settle down.
Yeah.
Got to hit your free throws.
Miss Starks.
There you go.
As a matter of fact, that is one of the issues that Coach Boyd spoke about. You know,
Yes, he did.
They struggled at the free throw line.
I believe he said they were 1 of 10 in this game from the free throw line, or 2 of 10 or something like that.
Wow. And Lapel hit theirs.
That looked like one of your shots, Kojak. Didn't even hit the rim.
One of our shots. Kind of struggled a little bit on the press.
And, you know, those Lapel girls, they're not little. They're tall.
They're
you
not.
know, lengthy.
Absolutely.
It's hard to get that ball over and around them.
Yes. Miss Starks did a great job at penetrating and attacking the press.
Coast to coast.
Right. And get the and one. Well, I don't know if she got the and one, but she definitely got the bucket. What acceleration, man. That looked like you, man. No slow up. If I don't hit the shot, I'm liable to run through the stage.
That's the way to share the ball. I love the penetration and dish.
Absolutely.
Nice shot by Lanaya.
Ready to shoot. Coach Newby there, just excited,
Halftime.
congratulating them. Man, that halftime score was 40-12.
It was.
How do you bounce back from that? What's the halftime talk right there, man?
You got to keep playing hard no matter what the score is.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know what's going to happen in that second half. You know, if you buy
right.
in and play hard and listen to your coach in halftime. And Anderson had great spurts there, you know, when they came back out.
They did. Executed. Nice change of direction, crossing.
She's a finisher.
Yes, she is.
Again, getting out hard to the basket. Full speed.
Out in front of everyone.
Nice take.
Nice,
Got a
like
nice-
Euro.
Nice little game, don't you?
Yeah. There's some great, nice pass, nice cut.
Kept the ball up high. Didn't need
Yes.
to put it on the floor. ZBA girl right there.
How does that feel? How does
Feels
that
good.
feel to see some of the girls that you're working with, to see them perform, you know,
It's awesome.
under the
Kojak.
lights.
It's awesome. Because,
Yeah.
you know, I don't. At ZBA, we basically just go through drills, shooting drills, footwork drills. We work on our game, ball handling, finishing.
yes.
We don't really have game situation right now, so it's awesome to come out and watch these girls carry that over from practice into the game.
Yes,
So
sir. Yes,
I'm
sir.
proud of them.
50-20. Third quarter, minute and 20 left.
This is what I love right here. Coach Boyd is still coaching.
Still coaching.
Yep. You got to do that.
Coach Newby is up 30, but he's still coaching.
Still coaching. Nice.
Good hands.
You know, that's kind of on that pass, you might want to create a better passing
Maya
angle.
Maya Nunn. That's my family, too. her dad was a speedster. So to see her get that ball and accelerate to the bucket, I mean, it makes sense.
I'll tell you what's kind of cool, Kojak, is a lot of the guys that we played against and played with back in the day, now that their kids are playing,
Yes.
it's kind of fun to cover some of their children. You
Absolutely,
know?
absolutely.
Another great shot by Lanaya.
Oh, nice push of the ball, head up.
I was very impressed with how poised Lapel looked. They looked calm the whole game. They came out and did what they had to do, did what the coach asked them to do. Nice shot.
Nice shot. Again, that is a cousin of mine, Talacia Simons.
Nice rebound and put back.
Still playing. I love the fact that they're losing by a great margin.
Mm-hmm.
However, they're still playing, you know. You can see some instances where, okay.
Final score, 62-30.
It's the smallest, it's paying attention to details. Paying attention to details. You know, you can't just come out here and go through it thinking it's just, you can't just turn the switch on and off. You know what I mean? You got to prep for it. And when coach tell you to, you know, and I left it optional, maybe I shouldn't have. Once you're here at 10 o'clock, let's put up some shots. When I got all JV girls here at 10 o'clock putting up shots and one varsity girl, you know, that you can't, your coach can't want it more than you want it for yourself.
That's
you know,
right.
and
That's right.
and game film is gonna really they're gonna hate that game film. You know, we prepared for this. Lanaya Wills, she's gonna push it up with that right hand.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna push it up with right hand, and what we do, take one jab at it, a reach at it, and then just sit there and watch her just go by. You know, that's not the brand of basketball. So it's definitely we're shaking things up. I don't care if you've been here playing for 4 years.
Yes.
I don't care. We're shaking things up. If you're not going to come out here and play the brand of basketball and the style of defense I want you to play, and you're just going to have to sit the bench.
Especially knowing you were a defensive player. You know what I'm saying? You took pride in your defense. So to see the defensive effort out here, I know it doesn't sit well with you. I know it don't.
And I should have listened to my coach, my assistant, because coming into this, he said he wanted to. He said, Coach, he said, let's play them a 1-2-2 or 2-1-2, you know. And I'm thinking, well, our quickness, you know, our speed, we should rattle them.
Yeah.
I feel very confident about this team.
Yes.
But it's starting practice. We got to go back and practice, back to the drawing board, and get this together, man. If we don't get disciplined real quick, it's going to be a long season.
Yes.
A long season. Long season. But I'm confident. I know we're going to get it together. Because it's grind. It's work.
It
now.
is grind.
You know, it's work. You know, it's like you say. It's me. Got to go back to the drawing board, and we're gonna figure this out. You know, I know we're
I
gonna
love
figure
what
it
you
out.
said, Coach. You said, man, we're about to shake some things up. So I don't care if you've been playing for 4 years. If you're not going to play the brand of basketball that I need you to play, then you won't be out here.
Next man up.
Hey, I like the attitude, Coach.
Next man up.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go home. It's gonna be another restless night.
Yeah, it's time to get back to work.
It
I
is.
mean, get
It
back
is.
to the gym, get back to work, and move on. I
We'll be
mean,
right back at
try
it
to
Monday.
learn from it.
And we will.
That'll work. Well, we appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Don't
Coach.
take all
Appreciate
your
you.
time,
Appreciate
man.
you. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Hang in there,
you.
Coach.
I will. I definitely will.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Coach, big victory against Anderson. You got to be pretty pleased with the way your girls played tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We knew it was going to be hostile. It was personal for a couple of our kids coming over here, and I thought the focus was really good. The effort's always there. I'm never worried about that. I know they're going to play hard, but can it be focused effort? And we had it. I mean, from the tip to the end, they dominated. They never stopped, and we got it at both levels. I mean, even JV, it was the same way, and that's when you have that expectation, you know, then most of the time they're going to meet it if you give them the tools.
You know, when we were up there talking, watching the game earlier, we talked about how poised your girls look. You know, we could tell that you guys came off last season, come in ready to play this year. I mean, it showed on the floor tonight. So what you guys are doing in practice for your preparation, it's working.
Right, yeah. We did a lot of that last year of working on being pressured, and that's the reason why we pick up a game like this. We play North Central next Saturday because now that doesn't bother us. We used to be a team that people that didn't press would press us because they knew, they're just going to get rattle boxed, and that keeps us in the game. Well, now, like, you're tired and you're still pressing. Well, we're not, and we're just going to keep. And then that's part of the reason why I normally don't. When we got up 20, I put us in the press because I want to see when we're dog tired, can you go into a press? Because if this wasn't a 20-point game and this was a 5-point game, we may need you to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I always try to respect my opponents, but we got to take advantage of every opportunity to get better.
It's about growth.
So, right.
It's about growth.
Yep.
Wow, man. I tell you what, we were up there and we were talking. The young lady that you mentioned about coming from Fishers came here.
Yeah, she's tough.
Listen, man, absolutely.
She's nonstop. Her motor is insane. Like you guys. I mean, that's what it is. It's like you guys. When you have, when you have a relentless motor and you never stop. And she's a kid. She was dead tired, and I called 111, which is where we trap on the dribble. And she went like, I don't know if I can. And we got a steal. And I said, hey, I need you to get one last. And she got the ball, got to the bucket. We score at the
you
end.
couldn't tell she was tired.
Right.
How
And
hard
she
she
because she just will not stop.
Right.
She's not stopping. So
it's nice to have players like that.
oh my goodness,
Absolutely.
makes my job easy.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Coach, man, it's a great win, man. I know
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I know you. When we talked to you yesterday or the other day, whenever that was, just the mindset of coming off of last year into this year, and we was asking, how are the girls? And you had made mention of, listen, everybody is focused,
right?
So that was not an issue with you. It's focus,
right?
And you can tell tonight their focus was not an issue.
Focus and depth. I mean, you see, I played kids that played a couple JV quarters. I had to put them in the first half because of kids picking up 2 fouls, and we don't drop off. Right? I mean, those kids played JV, and we actually grew the lead.
Yes,
those kids.
I was very impressed with how you guys never got rattled.
Right.
The entire game, no matter how much pressure you had or whatever, you guys never got rattled. Took care of the ball, was knocking down shots.
Moved the ball good.
Made great plays. Looked for the open girl.
Yes.
It looked, that's what I told really them. I told them in there, I said, right now, for other teams, it's scary because how well we played tonight, and we're 2 games in.
Yes.
We got a long ways. The season's a long time to improve. So
I tell you what, we're looking forward to seeing
I appreciate
what's
that.
to come, man. A great win.
Well, we'll let you go. We'll let you get out of here. But again, congratulations,
Coach.
Coach.
Thank you.
We're fan of yours on tonight.
Great game tonight.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Listen, do you ever get tired? Like,
yeah, actually, I don't know if you noticed, but I was really, really tired at the end of the second half.
We did not know that.
Really?
At all. Because you still had your bounce or whatnot. Do you train or practice at that level?
Yeah. Every time I train at that level because you always got to train game speed. So for sure.
Yeah, that's his stickler right there.
That's what I say
He's sitting there right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he says. Absolutely. You guys, listen, you ladies look good together.
Oh yeah.
Do you ladies hang out outside of basketball?
Yeah,
spend time together?
we hang out outside of basketball, and we also do team building stuff. We've been to Kings Island before.
Yes.
So I would say it's not just a basketball environment. It's we're like a family.
And sometimes that's what it takes.
Yeah.
Having the success that you guys had last year. We were talking to Coach Newby earlier, and Kojak and I was just talking about how poised you guys look tonight. You didn't miss a beat coming off of last year's state final game right into the season. I mean, you guys looked really good. You're playing really well. You're shooting the ball well. Your team's playing well together. I mean, that's exactly what it takes, and I'm very impressed.
Absolutely. So what do you think when it comes to your team at the end of the season, the way you ladies played tonight? Do you think that state championship is something that is reachable?
Oh, yeah. I think that this year we're going to go back to state, but this time win it and not lose.
I like that attitude.
Yep.
Well, way to shoot the ball, and good luck the rest of the season, and keep firing.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thank you.
Hey, listen, I really like some of the comments that Coach Boyd shared with us afterwards. It was almost like a combination of, man, Coach father, and also like a spectator, and I could appreciate the realness of his comments, man, but also the encouragement, also the excitement of what he is right now. But listen, I believe it's going to get better.
And I want to thank Coach Boyd, too, because when you take a loss like that, the last thing you really want to do is come out and talk to people about it or something like that. So I really want to, hats off to Coach Boyd for coming out and taking the time to talk to us after the game like that.
Yes, sir. Because that's hard, man.
It's very hard.
Your debut game, this is your job, your new job, and this is your first day, and for it to go like that, that can be very difficult. It can be very discouraging. And so we just want to, hey, listen, Coach Boyd, man, keep on coaching, man. Keep pouring into them kids because you see it on a day-to-day basis, what's there and what you have. And so we just want to tell you, man, keep going.
And that's what you got to do. You got to get back in the gym and work. You got to get back in there and work on your game, get shots up, work on your ball handling, work on your passing. Everything.
You know what, Zach? Those type of losses, it allows you to be humbled, because it's easy for kids nowadays. What they do is a lot of the parents, my child is this, my child is that. They're very good. And to see your child have to deal with a loss.
A big loss.
Yeah, a big loss. And so now it's like, okay, I've been encouraging my child, but how do I encourage them to, hey, get better? Hey, you need to spend time in the gym, where we use it as a motivator.
Yes. But to go along with that as well, and, Coach Boyd, we talked to him about this also. He mentioned the players have to want it, not just the parents.
That's right.
It doesn't
Or
matter.
the coaches.
And that happens at my academy all the time, the kids have to want to come in and get better.
Absolutely.
They need to work on their game. They've got to want to work on their game.
Yes. And that's huge because I come to find out you can't live your child's life. You can't play for your child, even though in your head you're sitting there, and I get it, parents, you sitting there in your head and you was like, ooh, I would have made this move.
We're parents too.
Absolutely. So I get it, just the excitement and that you feel, and it's like, man, but I mean, in a perfect world, you can transfer that to your child and they just pick up where you left off, but that's not so. It comes with work, man. So, you just have to encourage them. If this is something that they want, then, hey, listen here. But this is one thing that I do say, Zach. If my grandchildren, if they want this, because I have grandchildren, and you have a grandson as well, I'm not forcing them to do any. I'm not forcing them to play basketball. And what I will not allow them to do is waste my time. I'm not going to waste theirs. So you're not going. If this is not something that you want to do, and you want to do this because mom said or your daddy said it, then we're not going to even take it. We're not going to waste nobody's time. If this is something that you want to do and you want to be committed to it, then listen, we can go ahead and get to it.
I agree.
Not, then,
totally agree.
Yeah.
They've got to want it. They've got to want to put in the time.
Absolutely.
Welcome back.
Yes. We have the Frankton Lady Eagles.
And the Muncie Central Lady Bearcats.
Yes, absolutely. There's some nice talent.
There is.
On this Frankton team. I think this is, it was awesome for me to see because I don't know any of the girls. Yeah. Some of the girls, they are a part of ZBA.
They are?
Yeah, Zachary Basketball Academy. Oh, man, it's phenomenal. But, so this was new. I didn't know any of the girls, and
it's kind of nice for me as well, Kojak, because in the past I went to Florida in the winter, and I get to train these girls all year long. Never really got to go to some of their games, but now going out and watching some of these kids play, it's just outstanding.
How does that feel, man, to know that you're contributing to some of the progress? And
I don't know how much of a big part I play in it, but I'm a little part of it. At least they come in, I get to see them shoot. They go through drills. shooting drills, work on their ball handling. It's nice to see that carry over to the games. So
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, if I could speak for them, I would speak and say, just like you when you were coming up, you wanted to be those guys that you were watching, that you heard so much about. And so I believe that those ladies, they take on the same, or not just ladies, but them young men, they all feel the same, like, man, you know, to be able to work with this legend, you know. Man, I'm serious, man. It is what it is, man.
Well, I mean, you know, I spent a lot of time in the gym working on my game back in the day, and I feel like through my experience and, you know, playing at the college level, playing at the high school level, I feel like I have a lot to share.
And you do.
You know, if they can soak just a little bit of that in, if I can just contribute just a little bit, then it makes it all worthwhile.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we got some players to watch.
We do. First off, I want to thank Coach Brobston,
Yes.
also athletic director at Frankton, Coach Bates. They've opened up their arms and let us into the school and get some awesome footage, great interviews with them.
Yes, absolutely. Man, it's almost like we feel like we're part of the Eagle home, you know.
I do. They
the
make
Eagle's
us feel very
nest.
welcome.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. So we definitely appreciate you, Coach Brobston and Coach Bates, and just the whole Eagles community. We definitely appreciate your hospitality.
And I know we haven't got over to Muncie Central yet to do some interviews and talk to some of those girls and watch them practice, but we do plan on going, making our
Coach
rounds.
Scaife?
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. And you know what? They're young over there. You know,
Yes.
the Muncie Central Lady Bearcats, they're young. They're only going to get better with time.
Absolutely.
More time in the gym,
And
more
work.
experience.
Yes, and they have a coach that is not. It's not like she's foreign to hard work and
Correct.
putting it in, you know, gym time.
One heck of a
because she
player
was
in her day,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's awesome, man. Looking forward to this, man. We have some, and I can't wait. I'm telling you, man, I am like super impressed with this Emma Spurry.
Emma is tough. 6'1" guard.
Able to do
very
multiple,
versatile.
Absolutely. The most versatile player that I haven't seen everybody, you know, all the different teams. So I haven't seen every player, but I'm telling you, I know that that's not just like a common player that's able at that height, that's able to do those, multiple things. She can guard from 1 to 5. She can play 1 to 5.
Can bring it up, bring up the ball up the floor during a press, anything. Like I said, her ball handling skills are off the charts, and she's a finisher.
Absolutely.
She can shoot the ball, finish outside. She shoots the 3.
Yes.
She finishes down low, has a nice little mid-range game, which is something I preach all the time. So
I tell you, Grace College, they got a steal.
they did.
They got a steal, man. I tell you, man.
She's going to be great for them.
Yeah, great. And so she has a great supporting cast.
Yes, she does. Amaya Collins, senior guard. What a great outing she had against the Lady Bearcats.
Yes, she shot the ball very well, got to the bucket. Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, they did a phenomenal job with sharing the ball.
They did. I was very impressed, and we talked to Coach Bates about that afterwards, and you'll see the interview here in a little bit. But that's one thing I've been impressed with. I know we talked about this a little bit during the Anderson highlights. And the Lapel highlights, but these girls are sharing the ball, and I love that. You know, even open shots. You know, if they have open shots, open layups, they're still dishing to another open person or an open teammate for the finish.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like I said once before, man, I honestly believe, this is just my opinion, that, you know, women basketball players, they share the ball better than men. You know, I'm just saying that's just my and that may play a big part in it, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, I really want to play for the crowd. You know, I want to hear the crowd go, ooh, ah. You know, the girls are like, man, listen, I'm trying to get this bucket, whether it come from me directly or indirectly by me making the right pass, you know, the extra pass.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
And that also comes from the coaching staff. I mean, you know, you go over that, you preach sharing the ball in practice. And even Coach Bates said this, and we saw it several times when we were watching the game. Once some of these girls gave the ball up when they were open, a lot of the times it came back to them, and they were the ones scoring, or they were the ones that got the reward for it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that's awesome, man. Also, man, we have a couple ZBA girls on there, man. Who are they?
We do. The Curtis sisters, they've came to me before at ZBA. We've got Sophia Hoagland, who had an outstanding game when we went and watched.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the great part about being these girls going to ZBA. You get out in the community and watch them play, and it's rewarding. It's very rewarding.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I'm going to tell you, one of the Curtis girls, the taller one, let me see, what was her name?
She's the younger one. That's Macy
Is that
Curtis.
Macy Curtis?
Yep.
Listen, man, I was
6'1".
I was impressed.
Came off the bench and did exactly what Coach Bates asked her to do.
Absolutely. Yeah. Underclassman, 10th grader. Listen, she had great hands. I mean, she got to where she needed to be in the spot that she needed to be in, and she battled down low. She did, man. I was impressed.
I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with some of the height that some of these teams have around here, and especially Frankton.
Yes.
I mean, with Emma Sperry, 6'1", you got Macy Curtis also, Macy, also 6'1", and then Ann's right there, 5'10", 5'11",
yes.
somewhere in there. So Frankton has a lot of height this year, and then you got the guard play with the Key girl.
Emma Key, yes.
Started the game out great, had a couple,
first 6 points or first 4, you know.
6 out of the first 8.
Absolutely, yeah. She came out strong, attacking the bucket, getting out, you know, finishing.
She did.
Yeah, man. So that was. Yeah. Is she related to the Keys, Kelsey Key? And
that's a good question. We're going to find out.
Yeah,
because
man.
And of course they're over at Kelsey Key is over at Westfield now, coaching the girls team over there, doing a great job. And if I'm not mistaken, her siblings may be helping her out over there.
Wow.
We need to double check that. Yep. And what a great, I mean, all 3 of those had outstanding careers at Frankton, you know. And if I'm not mistaken, was Caden on that state championship team in 2016?
I don't know.
We'll have to double check that.
But I do know Caden Key was a King's kid. That's the program. I had a basketball program back in the day, man. And he was a big part of it, man. I'm telling you, man, his family, man, Mr. and Mrs. Key, awesome parents.
Yep.
And they pushed him, and they allowed me to push him.
Well, that's good.
Absolutely.
Because that's what it takes.
You're right.
You know.
You're right.
You got to be coachable.
Absolutely. And he has turned into a fine young man now.
Yes.
Man of God, love Jesus Christ, man. And I met him over at Bethany. So Bethany Church over there off of Cross and Range Line. And he's very instrumental over there too, man. So big ups to the Key family. Young man, you keep pressing and serving God too, man. Absolutely.
You know, Kojak, I mean, it's awesome to, you know, you with Money Ministries helping out the youth in this community. ZBA, you know, we're trying to help out the youth in this community. And it seems like most of the people that we interact with, Eric Bush, he's helping kids out in the community. Yes. Caden Keys coaching. Yes. All the Keys are coaching now, the next generation. So, you know, that's what it's all about, in my opinion, is going back, sharing your knowledge, sharing some of your experiences, and just passing it on.
Absolutely. I mean, what we experienced in high school was because we were standing on the shoulders of some individuals that went before us and paved the way. We didn't pave the way. No. We just walked in the way. We may have made it a little bit wider, you know. And so I think that's what happens, you know, just standing on the shoulders of those that came before you, grabbing the baton and running with it, you know, and it's going to be different for everybody. You know, it's not going to be the same because journeys are different, you know. But I think the purpose, the plan that God has set up, you know, for us to really be a blessing, you know, to somebody else, man. I think that's the same. You know, you're a blessing to me. You understand? And I live to be
both ways.
Well, praise God, because I live to be a blessing, you know, as much communication as we have and as much time as we're spending, man, I want to be able to add to your life. You know, and so, yeah, so I think this right here, it just transfers over to the game of basketball, and it helps individuals understand, hey, listen, you know, it's a team sport. Life is a team sport. You can't do it by yourself. You need help, you know, out here in today's, you know, just in life general, you need help. And so just knowing how to play your part is huge. I can't be you. I can be the best me though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so I think being able to transfer that over into the game of basketball is huge because I'm not trying to be nobody else, but whatever I can do, I want to be the best at it. And I guarantee you that's going to be attractive to coaches.
Absolutely. And that kind of reminds me of something that you mentioned when we first started thinking about doing this show is you mentioned something about being you may not be the whole body, you may not be whatever, but you'll be the best arm you can be of that body or part of the team. So,
absolutely.
And that's not only in basketball, that goes in life as well.
Yes, sir. You're right, Zach. You're right. So if you are the best, be the best big toe you can be. You hear me?
That's right. That's right.
I may not be the arm or the ear, but I'm going to be the best big toe I can be.
Because every part is important.
It's important.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And a lot of times we focus on the parts that are seen that are most important, but that's not so.
True.
You know, and so even in the game of basketball, we see all of the ones that are being named, you know, the ones that are really being highlighted. And it's like, wait a minute, we have to focus on the fact that they are being pushed. They are being challenged. You know, they are being helped to be that individual that they are, you know, from the coaches, from the players, the teammates, you know, because if I'm not pushing you every day to be better, you know, if that's what I'm doing, then guess what? I am a part of your success as well, you know.
And, you know, that goes down all the way down the bench. You know,
Yes,
it's not
sir.
just your starters or even the 7, 8 kids that get to come in and play. You don't practice with 7 or 8 kids at practice. You have 10 kids on the
That's
floor.
right.
You know, every one of those kids play a huge part in the success of your team or program. Without being guarded in practice by some of these players or double teamed or whatever, you're not going to have that, you know, without them making you better or making your team better, it just carries over.
It does, Zach. You're right, man. And so this is part of why we want to do what we do.
Absolutely.
You know, the kids that may not get the recognition, we want to recognize.
Well, they deserve it just as much as, you know, as the starters
they
do.
do.
And the starters deserve it, you know.
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
Me too, man. So let's get into
All
this
right.
Frankton Eagles, Lady Eagles, man, they are a treat.
Starting 5 at the Eagles' Nest. Again, thank you, Coach Brobston and staff for inviting us over. We had a wonderful time that night. How exciting to be back in the gym.
Yeah. That felt really nice. Set us up, you know, at the top in the press box. But then we let the kids have it. It was like,
did.
no, we ain't going to just come over and take over your spot. You
Not
know?
yet.
Yeah. I like that.
And then you mentioned this earlier when we were going through some of these videos.
Yes, sir.
Well, how exciting that Frankton turns out the lights and goes back old school like when we played. It's exciting.
Oh, my goodness. Listen, man, it ran through me to where I'm like, Coach, give me a jersey. You know,
And
felt really good.
There's Emma Sperry and the key
Yes.
girl coming out.
Yes. They look like they are ready to play. They're coming off oh my God, like
The last several years, they've had some great success in that program. Going to the state championship game 2 out of 3 years. Fell a little short, became runner-ups both years, but what an opportunity to go and play in front of that's your goal, is to make it to the state finals every year. One of many goals, but
absolutely.
so they're playing
Maya
with a lot
Collins.
of confidence. Yeah, how tough is she?
But I'm telling you, they came out this game. They had a chip on their shoulders because they ran into a real mountain of an issue against Hamilton Heights,
who is coached by Keegan Cherry, Kevin Cherry's brother. That's Lapel, boys coach.
Wow.
Look at that.
Spurry just handled the ball, head up, get it to the open. Good hustle.
Yeah, it was.
Emma Key. Then she's calling for the ball, like, come on back.
Deep.
Good change of direction. Left hand on the left side of the court, uses the correct hand.
Nice finish.
Absolutely.
Could have moved her feet a little faster there. Got out
On
to the
that
left,
deep,
but hey,
yeah.
that's all part of the season's early. It's early in the season. Nice drive.
Great.
One thing I've noticed about Frankton is they can also finish at the basket and shoot jump shots. Look at that. Pretty.
Yes. Follow through. It was almost like a Steph Curry. She shot and was almost ready to take off. Like, strong move.
Key finishing again.
Absolutely.
He started out with a quick 9-0 run against the Bearcats.
Yes. Another shot by Sperry. I tell you, she is impressive. She's impressive to watch. And
Again, for 6'1", what a smooth player.
yes, absolutely. I tell you, that zone press was very effective for Frankton.
The
Look at him
deflections,
getting that.
yeah.
Oh, yes. And we talked about
We
that.
did.
The deflections.
Amaya with the finish there. And that comes with moving your hands. The deflections.
Right. Not being reactionary, but you're in the play, hands up, like you're taught. And then we also have to, nice pass.
The ball.
Nice pass.
That's one of the things I'm talking about. Key could have went in there and shot
coulda
that
went-
shot, but
absolutely.
instead she shared the ball with Amaya.
Right. But she drew
Very
the opponent, though.
unselfish. Yep.
She drew him and then kicked it. That was a great look. Nice shot by Amaya Collins. Man, that zone. But we also have to contribute. Frankton, they did a great job defensively. But also, Muncie Central, it just speaks to a lot of their just unexperience.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Being inexperienced in playing basketball, period, but also playing at this level.
Yeah. There's ZBA girl, Sophia Hoagland,
Hey,
knocking down the
Miss
jumper.
Hoagland.
Look at that. Emma again gets the rebound, goes coast to coast, finishes strong at the basket.
Man, she's
fun to watch.
Yeah, she is.
You guys need to get out and watch her. Watch the whole team. I mean,
Now that was nice. See, that was potential right there. Great entry pass, back door. Miss Fundamental.
and we noticed this during the game, Kojak. It just took Muncie Central a little time to calm down, kind of like it did to Anderson's first game.
It did. And once they calmed down, they were able to get some things, get some buckets to go in.
Get some things going. Yeah,
absolutely.
Things started to fall for them.
And you know what I saw, Zach? I also saw that a lot of them had like nice form, shooting form, and it was like, oh, wow. But, shoot, what good is your form when you're up under pressure?
Yeah.
You're not able to, take your time and get your shot off.
Just the experience. We talked
Absolutely.
about that. They just need more time in the gym. And going up against a team like Frankton right out of the gate, it's tough.
Well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
They've been playing together. So they great back door,
Yes,
great
it
pass. Oh, and Sperry just one of the you're not going to see that often.
That's correct.
Yeah, you're not
And
going
she
to
came
see
right back and finished the next play. So.
Absolutely.
Just hard to pass over a 6'1" girl like that.
It is.
Look at them handles.
Oh, great hustle by Amaya Collins to save the ball, keep it in play.
Sharing the ball.
Right. And then that was Ann Curtis for the bucket. I tell you, Frankton Eagles, man, the Lady Eagles, they just Coach Bates.
Yeah.
He's sitting there still coaching.
Yes, he is.
Up 20, up 30, and still coaching, having fun though. But I can see the serious look on their face like, hey, we're paying attention, coach. Let us go. We ready.
That's something we talk to about the kids when we go visit some of these teams is listen to your coaches. As a youth, the last thing you really want to do is listen to someone that's older than you or whatever. But they have been through it. They've been through the experience,
Right.
most of the time. So.
Absolutely. And I think that goes a long way, even for parents to reiterate to the player, hey, listen, you listen to your coach.
Yeah.
Because it's easy for players to look up and look at dad or look at mom and be like, what? No, Listen to your coach.
Backdoor.
Nice backdoor. Nice.
Deflection.
Yes.
Steal.
If you could score off of deflections, they had just off of deflections, they would have had at least like 30 points.
At least this game, yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to give credit to the coaching staff. I mean, to have them out there and being active hands and
Yes.
being in the right positions. Nice.
Hey, man, Sperry looked like she was about to go up and flush on her or something, man. And George Gerby finger roll and yeah, it was tough, and you can see the inexperience when every pass is over the head pass. It's not a head fake, then fake high, go low. You don't see that and that's just Muncie Central. That's just them learning.
Yep.
You know, I know Coach Scaife is definitely going to work on that, improve that. Hey, there we go. They got the big Miss Curtis, Macy Curtis. I tell you, man, I love her hands. She's active. She's going to be a nice player to watch coming.
Yes, she is. Nice little dribble
That
lead
was
there.
nice, yes.
Nice jump shot, nice little mid-range.
Usually was.
I tell you, just like that, and she hit that, you know. But it was just the confidence that she had to get to the bucket and to even get the ball up.
And every shot they make like that, Kojak, is gonna, it's gonna build their confidence as well.
Absolutely. There she is again around the bucket. Look at it. I'm telling you, Zach, man, I'm excited about this Miss Curtis now. I'm telling you, Macy Curtis, that is going to be a young lady to watch.
Yep. Nice.
If she continues to work, and if this is something that she wants, listen, basketball is going to get her a free scholarship.
I think so too, but she's got to want it. She's got to get in the gym and continue to work on her game.
Listen.
But how exciting is she to watch right now? Sophomore.
I mean, because you see potential. You see great potential, you know. Yeah, hey, listen. Hey, I'm telling you, that band, it does something to me, man. Listen, it's just like, man, you get in warm-up lines. If you don't play, that's your time. That's your play time.
That is.
If you don't get no clock, that's the time when you can get in and
little miscommunication
perform.
there by Muncie Central on the out-of-bounds play.
Hands.
Now, we talked to Sophia about this after the game, how you need to go in there full speed.
Absolutely. Because it's almost like what you said. I'm focusing on I don't want to miss.
Yes.
So I really have to take my time to get to the no. You don't have time. You need to get there immediately, accelerate to the basket. Yeah.
Yeah, because when you go against an experienced team, they're not going to give you that. They're going to come down there and challenge you. So
that's right. And I think that's how we have to practice, because if not, then that'll transfer over into the game. And, and that says a lot, man. So you gonna have to, you know what?
They look good right
yes,
there,
that look great
nice
ball
shot
movement.
Fake,
Yes.
dribble baseline, sharing the ball.
Yeah, Spurry with the rebound, pushing the ball up the court. Man, I tell you what, that makes the game so much, and gets the offensive rebound and puts it back in.
She's everywhere.
Makes the pass, dribbles it up court. Good hands by Amaya Collins. She had a great game.
Excellent game.
Yeah, she had a great game, great finish.
I'll tell you what, that was really good footwork.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes, that was. I'm looking for nice kiss off the glass, pull up by Spurry.
Look, again.
You know what? Yes, I'm looking forward to getting over there to to Muncie Central
Me too.
to talk to Coach Scaife, and I really hope that these young ladies.
Look at that form.
Yes, great form. I really hope that they're encouraged by this and they continue on to put the work in.
Yeah, and use this as a learning experience.
Absolutely.
Even though you get beat by a margin like that, it's never fun. But turn that into something that you can learn from.
Absolutely.
Sharing the ball down
Yes.
to Hoagland.
Yes.
Nice shots to field.
And Spurry she could have went on here and took that and made something happen. But
Right.
she didn't. She just dropped it down to, like a high-low. She dropped it right down to
Look at that.
the open player
He's got some
behind the
hands.
back between the legs.
20 seconds left in the third.
The score is 66-21. I tell you, that is never fun.
Now, I don't know if they accidentally did this or not, but didn't get a shot off there at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, I think that was an accident. This is something that to work on. How do I not get too relaxed when we have a big lead? I need to stay in attack mode. There go Macy Curtis again. Man, I'm saying her name a lot.
Yes, you are.
I'm saying her name a lot, man. Good ball movement.
Look at that.
Yes. Oh, that was pretty.
And with the finish.
Hey, listen, man. At Macy Curtis, I'm telling you, Zach, man, listen. You gonna tell me, you know what, Kojak, you right.
You are right. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay.
I agree.
All right. Let me know I know what I'm talking about now.
You do.
I'm telling you, with that young lady, and I'm gonna have to put a bug in her ear and be like, listen, don't make me look bad now because I'm talking about
Collins
you.
from deep.
Yeah. Miss Collins I think she'd be watching a little bit of Steph Curry and
She had an
Klay
excellent
Thompson.
game.
She did. Way to stay with it from Muncie Central.
Look at
Miss
that.
Fundamental.
Yep. That's okay.
Yeah,
That's
that
still
is.
a great ball fake and the right decision to go to the basket. You're going to get your shot blocked every once in a while.
Absolutely.
Sharing the ball. Here she goes. Coast to coast.
Head up.
Sharing the ball.
Great bounce pass to Amaya Collins.
Again, drawing that defender out to her.
Drawing.
Smart play. Good hands.
Head up. Good. Nice.
Now, one
Amaya
thing I will
Collins.
say, Muncie Central, and I'm sure they'll learn this with experience, but they've got to sprint back on a situation like that.
Absolutely. Coach Scaife.
And this is another thing. I love how they're down, but yet they're still coaching and teaching the
Absolutely.
game.
Yes.
It's important.
See, those are things that need to be highlighted, with the coaches. Hey, listen, these coaches are still invested. Even when things are not going their way, they're invested. Man, that says a lot.
Curtis.
On the ground.
And got
Nice
rewarded.
pass. Come on, Curtis. Great bounce pass. Miss Fundamental from Muncie Central.
There it was
Listen,
again. Great
she
play.
worked for that basket all night. She deserved that basket, man. I'm glad she got it. Yeah, she did a phenomenal job. Just fundamentals.
Finishing. Look at that.
That was I'm telling you, people, Muncie Central, if these girls stay connected and listen, like you say, Zach, listen to their coach, because their coach was a phenomenal player, man. We can expect some great things coming out of Muncie Central for the Lady Bearcats.
In the final, 81-25 for the Lady Eagles. But what a great game to attend. I know the score didn't quite show it because, blowout's a blowout, but Muncie Central, I think, has a bright future.
Absolutely, I agree with you, Zach. But also on the flip side, that blowout was needed because they were on the receiving end of that earlier that week.
Yes, they were.
Against Hamilton Heights, and so it's like, hey, listen, we take them, but we can give them too. So I think that was needed. for
I
the
agree
Lady
with that.
Eagles.
It's most certainly needed because not what a confidence builder to come back after taking a butt whooping like that to
Yes,
come back
sir.
and give one. I mean, if they would have come back and had maybe a close game or maybe not even won the next game, that could have just killed their confidence. But instead,
Yes.
they come out, played a great game, shared the ball,
Yes.
did what the coaching staff asked them to do, and they looked great. They had
Absolutely, man.
knocking down shots.
I agree. I know that was our philosophy. That's how I learned, being raised losing on a regular basis to the older individuals, the OGs, man, whooping us day in and day out. Man, I used to be confused, man, and I used to be upset because I didn't understand. I'm saying to myself, man, I'm faster than them. I'm more athletic, and not only me, but individuals I'm playing with, because our team is practicing, and we'll leave there and go to the gym, go to the Geeter Center, and we're playing against these individuals, and we're walking home winless, not winning a game, and I cannot understand why we can't beat them. They just thought the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, experience, different level,
absolutely
stronger.
man.
Normally,
Absolutely. So we were more athletic. We had all the physical assets we had, and we would have had the W in that column, But man, listen, the way they put things together, the way they work together as a team, they knew each other because they've been playing with each other for years. And so here it is, we're new kids on the block, and they let us know, listen, y'all just getting here. So it's a lot you don't know. And that did something for us. That did something for you. Go home, evaluate what took place, what can you do better, to change the outcome of that situation. And I think this is something that Muncie Central, they could look at it from that standpoint and say, what can I do individually, work on my game to where I can change the outcome of the situation, of the game.
Totally agree. And you have to do that. You have to take this as a learning experience and move on. You work on the things that you need to work on. Hopefully they go over film session and learn from that. And you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
How important. When I was in high school and college, I didn't really like to watch film session because every play that I did something wrong, the coach would rewind it about 6, 7, 8, 9 times. I get the hint, coach.
Right.
I messed
Absolutely.
up.
Yeah.
But then again, on the other side of that is, you go out to practice after that and you know exactly what to do.
Yes,
or
sir.
at least you know exactly what to work on. So I think film session is a big part of it, even though it's not fun, especially on a game like that if you're Muncie Central.
You can't argue with the coach that, no, coach, I did do it. I did set the pick. No, coach, that was not my man that got. Film don't lie.
Film don't lie. That's what we used to say. Isn't it?
Film do not lie. Oh, wow. Yeah, so we had afterwards, man, we had a great interview.
With Coach Bates.
With Coach Bates.
Yeah.
That was good. It was really good for the simple fact that his mindset from the blowout that they took.
Yes.
The whooping that they took, as you would say. I like that too. Just being real, man. Listen, man, you got a whooping.
Yeah.
You hear me? And for him to have to face that and then say, okay, listen, this is where we are now.
Yeah. Yep.
We don't. It didn't affect us to where it affect our play. It didn't affect how we communicated with each other. It didn't affect our effort out there on the court. Actually, it was turned around to a positive. Like Coach said, that there was a lot more movement of the ball. They did a phenomenal job, and he really highlighted that they did a phenomenal job at moving the ball.
Yeah, and he told us that that he worked on the things that they worked on. They worked on things all week in practice. Said he had a good week of practice, and you could tell when they came out and played against Muncie Central, they were very unselfish. Everything looked good. It could have went the other way.
It could have,
and it didn't. So
you're right.
Shout out to Coach Bates and his coaching staff.
Great job, Lady Eagles.
We're going to show you Coach Bates' interview here in a second. What a great interview. What a great person Coach Bates is.
Man, Coach Bates is awesome, man. I mean, the coaching staff, and I know we just keep bringing up Coach Brobston and Coach Bates, but, man, listen, man, them's class acts, man.
Yep.
They all right with me.
Me too.
That'll work,
they've got some success over there, and it shows.
Yeah. And you know what? Coach Brobson, he been bragging about this hospitality room. I cannot wait.
I'm excited.
You hear me? That threw you off like, man, wow in the world. The hospitality, but he been talking about it,
I
Zach.
know.
So I'm like, listen, Coach, we got to see.
You
If
making
gonna
me
put
hungry
up
now.
Yeah, you right.
All right, so let's move on. We're going to show you the Coach Bates interview. Check it out.
Good job, go. And I like how you shooting that thing too.
Yeah.
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm
Good to
good.
see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Man, smiling.
It feels good to smile. I like to
Hey, it
smile.
sure
You know,
does, man.
I like to smile.
Absolutely.
All
Great
right.
game tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Great game tonight.
It's fun watching the kids have success.
Yes, sir.
You know, especially after what happened Tuesday.
Mhm.
We had to do a little soul searching.
Okay.
You guys know you
Yep.
you get some of those, and you have to do a little soul searching and try to figure things out.
Yeah.
And that goes just not for the team, but for the coaching staff and everybody involved. And we worked hard this week to try to get back to a positive mental state. And like that one right there, she had a great game tonight.
Awesome game.
Yeah,
Awesome game.
it's a good floor game for her. She did everything I asked her to do.
Good.
You know, Emma Sperry did everything I asked her to do.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And yes, she missed a lot around the basket that she doesn't normally miss, but man, she came out 13 rebounds.
That's outstanding.
Yeah.
I never had that.
Me either.
I know you guys. It was like, go get it.
Out of the net.
Out the net. Say that then. There we go.
Yeah.
So, Coach, I got to tell you, I thought it was amazing how you guys shared the ball tonight.
Yes.
Thank you.
Like, I
Thank
saw
you.
girls that even had wide open layups or wide open jump shots make the extra pass. That's got to be something that you guys preach about in practice.
We did. We especially this whole week.
Yeah.
It's something we preached about all week. And you know, I challenged Amaya. I challenged some of the guards. I challenged the forwards. And you know, share the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And they did a great job of it tonight. I agree, and I'm glad you guys saw that because that's something we were working on.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely looked good. Man, y'all came out. Man, that press was effective.
Well, they knew I still had a little, maybe still a little hot under the collar from Tuesday. So they were like, yeah, we better get after it today.
Yeah. But, Coach, sometimes a loss like you guys took and you guys coming back into the gym, it's how you bounce back is what's important. I mean, obviously you don't want to lose a game like that, but it could be a great learning experience for you guys. You guys bounced back, played great tonight, shared the ball. Maybe it can only benefit down the road.
Yeah, that's the hope, you know, is that they start to learn more basketball. By them sharing that basketball, for many of them, it came right back to them.
That's right.
Like Amaya, she shared it more tonight. She got it back even more. Sometimes you share, and it comes back twofold. So,
You know what, Coach? I think that, I don't know, this is just from the outside looking in, but to be humbled in a situation like Tuesday night, you know, I think that just opens the door for a great teaching moment. Why? Because a lot of the ones as players, see, a lot of times we can think that we're better than what we are, and we can do a whole lot until we run into that individual that challenges the very thing that we thought we were good at. Now it's almost like, okay, Coach, we come back. Hey, what you needed us to do, Coach? How do we face adversity? How do we play against a team that may be faster, maybe bigger, or whatever? Now their ears are more open to, Coach, how do you want us to do this? So those games, they don't feel good.
no,
But it's almost like they're necessary.
I agree with you. And we felt the same way. We felt like we needed that.
Yeah.
Maybe not to that extent. I mean, a little easier on us, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, I think sometimes you need that.
Yes, sir.
And there's that old saying, there's always a bigger fish, right?
Yes.
And if you want to beat the biggest fish, you got to work your way up to it, and you got to understand, you got to be humble.
That's right.
And know that it's going to take that extra work, that extra minutes on the floor, those extra minutes working on your passing game, on your ball handling skills, whatever, to get to where those top dogs are at and be able to compete with them.
One quick thing. I don't know if you guys keep deflections or not, but tonight,
Yes.
out here tonight, I saw so many deflections
Yes.
from those girls. That's got to be, if you guys don't talk about it, then it's something that,
No, we did.
Okay.
We did. The deflections were incredible.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
And once again, Amaya got 6 steals. Emma
Yeah.
Sperry got 6 steals.
Yeah.
And they were the recipients of a lot of those just tips.
Yep.
I think Emma Key started off the game with like 3 or 4 steals. And so, but they were deflections.
Yeah.
Yes.
They came off of
Yes.
that tip ball, and somebody else was the recipient. And yeah, that was good stuff.
Great win tonight.
Great win,
Thanks,
Coach.
man. I'm glad you guys can be here.
Hey, we're having a lot of fun.
Good.
This was exciting, to see you, y'all put on a show like this, and it was impressive. It was impressive. One question for me is, a lot of times when you play teams that may be talent-wise, they may be beneath where you are. How do you go from I don't know what the halftime conversation was like. Hey, listen, let's keep it up. Let's keep the momentum going. Let's stay moving the ball, passing the ball, moving our feet, playing defense. What was the talk like in halftime to keep them going, the momentum? Because you guys came out the gate quick, fast, aggressive on them. What was the conversation like to keep that going after you were up 20 at half?
And you're right. It's easy to say, okay, we're going to win the game.
Yeah.
Let's take it easy.
Yes.
Let's coast through this.
Yes.
But that doesn't help you.
Right.
And so I told him, I said that, Jayla Scaife is a fantastic coach and she was a fantastic player.
Yes,
I have
she
the
was.
utmost respect for her. She's going to do great things in that program. She is. And she's got a lot of new young kids over there at Central. And so, in fact, she's got some kids that had never played before. And you can already see they're making huge strides. So, and I told our kids, you have to respect these programs. And so you're disrespecting them by not going out there and giving it your 100%. We're not out there to show them up. We're going to be humble about it. We're not trying to put it in their face. But it's also disrespectful to not play any other way. So, I told them, I said, you go out there and you play hard, and we're going to get everybody a chance to play.
Yes.
What I don't want to do is you go out there and be lazy and disrespect them that way, complacent, and then think you're going to continue to play. That's just not fun.
Absolutely.
So, and I respect that program. I respect her. She's a great coach. She's going to do good things.
Absolutely.
And then one more thing, I know you guys didn't have a JV game tonight, and I know a lot of the schools around here are kind of not giving up on those JV games, but either due to injury or maybe kids not going out or whatever. How important is it to get some of those younger players in the game, in a game like this, to get them some court time and some experience at the varsity level?
That was huge because we hadn't played hardly any games. And so we just dressed everybody tonight.
Awesome.
Yeah, and getting them all in, getting them some minutes that they may not have ever gotten before at the varsity level. I think allow them to sit there and it also helps pick up the whole team.
Yeah.
Pick up their spirits.
Yes, it does.
Keep them involved. All that sort of stuff, and that was good for us.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Coach, thank you.
Great
Good to see you guys.
Appreciate it, man. Good job.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Just being back in the gym again and talking to these guys and just watching some of these players perform and even practice, working on their game. It's been a lot of fun to be back in the mix again.
Man, I love it, man.
I do too.
I love it. And to be back in the mix with my guy.
Oh, man, how fun.
And I hated playing you, bro. I ain't going to listen. I'm telling the truth, man. I ain't lying. It was just like, man, against us, man, you never had a bad game.
I was pumped up for those games, man. Playing in the Wigwam against Anderson High School, it doesn't get any better than that.
Man, come on, man.
And listen, guarding you and playing against you wasn't fun either, let me tell you.
Well, that's what I said. I set out to make it like that. I didn't want you to have no fun when it came to you guard me, dealing with me, man.
I knew when we played against Anderson, we played against Kojak and Terry Johnson, now coaching at Purdue with Painter.
Yes, sir.
And, Tyson Britt, who went on and played at Xavier University. And it was always going to be a battle in there. And to come out of there with a win, I didn't do it very often. You guys usually kicked our butt usually, but I come out of there with a win every once in a while.
Yeah.
And but that's what makes it better. That's what makes that win better is when number one, they're hard to win at the Wigwam anyway. And when you win at the Wigwam, it's just like winning a sectional game every time you do. And it's rare. It's very rare for anybody to come in there and play or win against you guys at home. So
Absolutely. And to bring some of that back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what we experienced back in the day,
Yeah.
to bring some of that back and to expose a lot of these younger players, these coaches, the basketball teams, and players to that environment, that excitement. Man, listen, man, I'm loving it, man. I love the journey, man. I love everything that's coming along with it, man. I'm excited.
Yeah,
because
me
we
too.
have some talent here in Madison County.
Man, we've been to a few games already, and you know, we've talked about this several times, but the talent is there. You know, the Anderson newspaper does a great job covering these kids.
Yes, they do.
But you know, they can't be at every game every night. You know,
Exactly.
so we want to help them. You know, we
Exactly.
kind of
Yes,
just want to
sir.
do exactly what they do, is, you know, show some of these kids off. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Which will rely on, you know, the Herald Bulletin as well. You know,
Absolutely,
because the
yes.
games, we're not going to be able to be at every game as well.
Absolutely.
So I think that'd just be a great compliment.
I agree
know.
with you, Kojak.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, man, I love it, man.
I do too. And just
I
kind of
love
tell you, you know, we're starting to broadcast these games. You know, we're starting to record them. We're going to put them out just like the old days. And then on the weekends, we're going to come back in here, do the Kojak and Zach show, do a little review, maybe tell folks what we're going to be doing the next week.
Absolutely. Excuse me.
That's all right.
But yes, man. So I'm excited about the broadcast. Actually, you kind of threw that on me, you know, because I didn't know. I know you said a year from now.
That
we
was the
going-
plan,
That was the
yeah.
plan. That's what we wanted to do. But I love it, man. I love the pressure.
Well, yeah, that's how you perform better, isn't it? With pressure. Now, the truth is, Kojak, the reason we want to start broadcasting these games right away, and even if it's tape delay at first, and eventually we'll get into doing the live games.
Yes.
But the reason is because we want to keep our show current. We want to, you know, we don't want our content to be too late. You know, we want to broadcast these games, and they should be broadcasted. These kids deserve
Absolutely.
that.
I definitely agree with you.
And then come in and review. You know, maybe have some guests in here, have some coaches come in, possibly. You know, that would be great.
So listen, coaches, we're definitely gonna have you on. So put that on your schedule. Just having a blank schedule, and say, hey, listen, the Kojak and Zach show will have me on, because I'm telling you, I just believe that, man, we have some phenomenal coaches. We definitely
do.
I mean, and we haven't spoken to all of them.
Not yet.
And so the ones that we have had conversations with, man, I'm telling you, man, class act.
Class act across
I
the
would
board.
love for them to coach any of my grandkids.
Me too.
Absolutely.
Man. So come join us.
Absolutely.
The Kojak and Zach show.